To us, my definition of custom is exactly made for that person's feet. Not any close to a 9.5D or a 12B or any of that. I think it should be just because you pick out a kind or a color of leather as you see here. To me, that's not custom, that is makeup. It is made up in what you ordered, but they are still going to make whatever size and width that's closest to your foot. But about 2/3 of people has a difference, a slight amount, but still a difference between the right and left foot. So one may fit great and feel wonderful to you, the other foot not as well. We take the molded measurements of the right and left foot, make up that custom foot mold for you, and make it exactly for that person's feet. This is a permanent foot mold that we have taken from the measurements and impression for the person. These will be a steel-toed safety work boot. This man is in the Air Force and he works on a flight line to which they require safety toes for all of those particular jobs in the military as well as civilian life. We're making the patterns right here of this will be the finished product of the boot when it's made for him. We make all of these for each individual person depending on their measurements and size. Lace particular footwear, whether it be shoes or boots, requires far more pattern making than boots. My dad bought a small shoe repair shop on Southwest 29th Street in May of 1948. He started repairing shoes, and then a couple of years later started selling shoes, and then just started advancing on more of the building. He rented a small strip shopping center that was very old and just kept taking different sections over as those businesses would close, and ended up owning the half a block there on Southwest 29th Street. In October 1977, we opened on the east end of the shoe store our own orthopedic appliance. And originally I thought we had people just with severe problems, polio, arthritis, diabetics, foot amputations, all of these other types of things, that I thought that would be the only thing that we would ever need to do or would be doing. All of a sudden their family would come in with them and say, hey, you made him with all of his foot problems, and those really look nice. How about making me a pair, and I don't have near that type of foot problem? So everything just kind of took off from there, and we've been invited to do different conventions and things such as the National Finals Rodeo and other types of shows over the country, Safari Club International and Dallas Safari Club too, that we go there, take orders for our shoes and boots, and we come back and make those from whatever the person ordered. On our orthopedic side, we have private patients that we take care of that doctors refer to us no matter what their problem is. Then it's our job to make for them what they actually need for that particular situation. We do the Veterans Administration from coast to coast. All of the VA hospitals, we custom make both all types of body braces, leg and back and types of things, and also custom made orthopedic footwear for combat disabled veterans. We've been working with the VA for about 30 years altogether. Now, as far as the contract situation, the national contract for the last 6 years. And because the Congress signed into law, if you are a service-disabled veteran-owned business, which we are, that puts you in a highest priority range to be able to do contract work for the government, if you can also do the quality and the quantity that it requires. They also came here and inspected our facility in 2006, and we have not only the most fully equipped, but the largest orthopedic facility in the country. This is the molding process of the boots that we're doing. This is a lace high-top boot. This man's a Vietnam veteran, lost about 3 inches of the bone in his thigh. We have an inside build-up inside, so both legs will be the same length. This is the mate to it. The built-up boot will only weigh about 5 ounces more than the opposite one, considering his 3-inch elevation on the inside. Orthopedics I've always loved that all my life. My dad owned the largest orthopedic and specialty shoe store and sold regular shoes and boots. I grew up in that. My love was have always been to help people that had big problems in walking, standing, balance, all of those different things. And that's what I always cared to do. The retail shoe business I never cared anything about and still don't today very much at all, even though we have a retail shoe store here. But if a person can come in with a problem and leave more comfortable and happier than they've ever been, that's where we just feel like we've totally done our job. We hand mold the leather completely over the person's foot mold. It's totally wet down, soaked for many hours, so it just becomes really pliable. When we bring it and mold it over the person's foot mold, then it's allowed to dry. Factories does not do a drying process except in an oven. We actually bench dry ours for 7 to 10 days before they're finished. Orthopedic is my first and biggest love too. Yes, we like to make fancy cowboy boots to whatever type of order or to a person can pick to their heart's content. But at the same time, my still main love lies within if a person has severe problems and different types of problems, we really like helping those problems out, but yet giving them a choice to where they can have different kinds and colors of leather. Many doctors over the country has told a patient, and especially if they work on a ranch or on a farm and different things like this, that they could never have cowboy boots or that ever again after the certain injury that they have now. That is not true. We had a man in here yesterday that he has already lost his leg from a bull accident from cattle on his ranch, and the doctor told him you'd never wear boots again. Well, I contacted the prosthetic facility that's going to be making his limb for him in Texas, told them the special type of foot that we need on his prosthesis. Then after that is finished, we can take measurements of the prosthetic foot as well as his other foot and leg and make a pair of matched set of boots, just anything that man would like. And so that's where everyone should have a choice no matter what your problem is and what your lifestyle is. Here we've already cut the leather and he has tapered the edges. We call it skiving. He's ready to start stitching a few of the pieces together. This is a lady's pair of ankle boots just above the ankle here of a style of, this is their own ostrich skin that they harvested in Africa. We've made a lot of totally different ones that whether anyone else has ever made or attempted that particular kind before. We have a man in Virginia that we make a lot of boots for, but he wanted a pair of red, white, and blue boots. He lives just outside of Washington, D.C., and we made him red, white, and blue, the full American flag, like it's waving in the breeze in a curve, in red, white, and blue alligator. And then on the toe, wrapped over the toe, was the stars of the flag, and we put those in pure platinum silver, inlaid the stars in the toe of the boot and into the top. So the whole boot is completely wrapped in the American flag, but in alligator. Here he is stitching the different pieces of the shoe together. These are specially made machines that we have custom made for us. They are made in Germany. They do very fine small stitching, makes it much stronger and more beautiful. We make for many people over the country and over the world for that matter, a lot of executives and people in high cabinet and places in Africa and in Europe too for that matter. In this country, President George Bush Sr., we've made his boots for many years. General Norman Schwarzkopf for many years too. General Schwarzkopf is a great man. We just finished George W. Bush, the first pair we've ever made him, and shipped them to him a couple of weeks ago. A lot of other people, congressmen, senators, and very high-profile people in this country, some that we would rather not say their names and things because they actually, believe it or not, a lot of them are real low-key, low-profile type people, even though if we said the companies they own or what they're associated with, a person would definitely know real fast who they were. He has just finished the stitching in the top of the boots. This is the front section. This is the back section of the boots, here and here. This is the man's own alligator that he harvested in Louisiana. This will be glued and then stitched in this fashion here to make the front. We have many different kinds of leathers, beautiful ones, multiple colors that we can make them from. We have over 38 colors of ostrich, for instance, 23 colors of elephant, elephant being the very toughest leather of all and lowest maintenance, but you can make many beautiful things out of all of these leathers. Our base price leather at $650 is Spanish bullhide, the black bulls in the bullfighting ring in Spain. But it is a wonderful leather. We make work boots, hunting boots, as well as dress shoes from this particular leather. And so we have so many different kinds. I don't think anyone, number one, has ever more kinds of colors of leather than we do, but any other types that we don't have. We have everything. We have a private room that is aside from our own personal leather that we have, that are customers' own skins. They have hunted these animals from all over the world, had the skins tanned and colored, and they ship those in to us, and we can make any type of thing that they would want, whether it be hunting boots, cowboy, dress shoes, and boots, out of no matter what leather that it is. An alligator in Florida or any other state that has alligators in this country, we have tanneries that are very good quality tanning process. You tell them the color you would like, or we put you in contact with them, or we will be glad to do it for you. But then when the skins are finished, they are shipped to us, and we make whatever we have decided that you would want. We have stitched the soles on these boots at this time. The machine cuts a special groove in the stitches are laid down inside. This is then smoothed out. This is the man's own elephant that he harvested on safari in Zimbabwe, Africa. You will receive a more beautiful pair of footwear, longer lasting, once we make you that first pair, that we don't have anyone to our knowledge, and if anyone ever has any problem or question whatsoever, we ask you to please call us. We want to know, and no matter what it takes, we will take care of it.